Today I'm going to be vlogging about manifestation and how it can change your life. Excuse me. I was introduced to manifestation about 2 years ago from my mom. She used to always write things down in her notes, whether it was love, career, relationship, anything. She used to write it down and speak life into her goals. So there was a few times that I wanted things, and that's my best friend. So I always call her to like, "Mom, I want to do this, I want to do that." She's like, "Write it down, write it down." I'm just like, whatever. So I started taking it more serious. I would say last year, 2019, July 2019 to be exact. I wasn't I wasn't comfortable with my situation. Like I knew I could do more in life, and I knew I wanted more for myself and for my family. And I already set goals for myself that I didn't accomplish because of fear. And I told myself that I was going to change my energy, change my mindset, and conquer my goals because this is something that I really wanted to do. One thing I really, really wanted in life was to supply my daughter with her own home, like her own apartment, her own house with just me, her, and her father. Being that we did start our own family, I felt that it was right that we should be on our own and not living with our parents or things like that. I just wanted to venture out and be with my own family, be in my own space with my own family. In July, I wrote that down in my notes. I wrote a few things down, such as my first apartment, financial freedom, financial stability, moving up in the job that I'm at now, and a few other things. So when I wrote these things down, I wrote them down with a positive mindset. So like if you're writing these things down and you don't have the positive mindset for them, it's not gonna happen. Your energy has to transform into those words. Your energy does transform into those words. So if you know that your mind is not ready, you could write it down and it'll never happen. You have to be physically, mentally, and spiritually ready for these things to happen, for your blessings to come. It's not a trick. It's not nothing like that. You just have to train your mind to believe whatever you want. In my notes, I wrote, I will have my first apartment by January. No, I wrote, I will be looking for my first apartment by January. And I wrote that I will be financially stable enough to, how do I want to say? I will be financially stable enough to sustain the bills at that place and not live paycheck to paycheck, basically. I wanted financial freedom. I wanted to be able to live there, pay my bills, and still have fun, still do the things that I want to do, still buy the things that I like to buy. So I made sure that I applied financial freedom to that. I also wanted to move up at my job. I work at a hospital and it's a lot of opportunities there. The position that I was in was just something I took because once you get in, you're in and you can always move up. So I love the position, but it was a temporary position and I plan to move up at that job. So I wrote that in my notes as well. I will be moving up at my job by March because that's when the position would end. Fast forward to November, I didn't see a lot of change in the goals that I wanted. Like I didn't see myself heading in the right direction, I should say. Basically, I was, to be honest, I was broke. When I say broke, like people might think, oh, I got money for this, this, and this, but no, I was broke. I only had money for bills, and that's it. Not nothing else. Like nothing else. Like and I would say like that's priorities. I had bills for priorities, but not for fun, and I didn't want to live like that. I was stressing. Like my boyfriend held it down a lot, a lot. He came into play a lot, but I did not have the funds to be looking for an apartment within the next 2 months. Um, but I still kept a positive attitude. I still would go back to my notes and remember why I was doing what I was doing, working hard for my goal. December came and I received a check for a substantial amount of money. And I never touched this much money before. So I was a little shook on what to do with it. But I knew that I wanted my first apartment and I knew that I needed to have that. So I thought that I should apply that to one of my goals. I wanted financial freedom. This is the way to start it. This is the way to start saving and building financial freedom. So when I received this checks, I start looking for apartments. I start putting money in my savings, not touching it, putting money in my credit union. So I will always have some money somewhere. Me and my boyfriend looked at a couple of apartments and we found out one that we really, really liked. I called my mom. I'm like, Ma, this apartment I looked at, I really want it. I love it. I love the neighborhood. I think it's perfect for the first apartment. I hope I get it. She's like, no, you don't. You will get it. Write it down in your notes. Write down an apartment building name. Write down the realtor name. Write down the number. Write down the address and speak life into that. It's like, all right. I wrote it down in my notes. Like, I will be moving in this apartment by this date, and this person will give me a call telling me that I am approved. Then I went back in again. Like, me and my family will be living at this address by March. This is in January. I wrote that in my notes. January came. I filled out an application for the apartment. Gave them all the information they needed. They was taking a while to get back to me. They tried to deny me, saying that I didn't make enough money because I didn't put down both of my jobs. So I sent them more information because this is something that I really wanted. And you have to have patience also. So, like, this is my first time trying for an apartment. So it kind of, like, shook me up a little bit when I wasn't approved because I'm, like, a perfectionist. So when something doesn't go my way, I'm like, okay, maybe that wasn't for me. I'm like, you can't do that to everything. You're not always gonna get something on the first try. So yeah, like I was saying, my mom told me to not give up. You can't get everything on the first try. Like I said before, I'm a perfectionist. I expect everything to go the way I plan it in my head, and that's just not how life works. So she's like, give it another try. If it's for you, it's for you. It's yours already. So the guy called me. Actually, I called him like, hey, I sent you more information. Did you have an answer yet? He's like, oh, I just sent it over to the manager. He's going to look over it, and he'll have an answer for me by 3 p.m. I'm like, okay. So as I'm at work, I write it down in my notes. Like this, let's say the guy is Bill. His name is Bill. Bill's going to call me at 3 p.m. on January 27th, telling me that I am approved for this apartment and I can move in by February. Bill called me by 1 p.m. telling me I was approved for that apartment. I was in shock. Like, I didn't think that it could happen. Like, I have proof too. I'll post the things that I wrote in my notes and everything like that. But I was in total shock. Like, wow, this actually works. When we moved into our apartment, we fully furnished the apartment by ourselves. We didn't have no help. Like my grandparents and my mom and stuff like brought little things, pots and pans, and the little things that we needed, but like living room sets, kitchen sets, bedroom sets for both of our rooms. We fully furnished our first apartment by ourselves, and we had the money to do so, and we still have the money to continue to do so. And I always wanted financial freedom. Like I said before, in November, I was dead broke. I didn't have no understanding of money, how to handle money, how to keep money. But for some reason, my whole mindset changed when I knew that I was doing this for my child, and she was always going to be provided a roof over her head no matter what I had to do. So I had to change my mindset on how I spent my money. And we're still, we're 3 months in, 4 months in, and we still are comfortable with paying our bills. I could have paid my rent for the whole year if I wanted to, but I chose not to. Just to keep myself, just to have financial freedom in my accounts and see it well. In March, like I was saying before, my career, my job was temporary. The position was ending soon, and I was going to be out of a job. Now I have a home to attend to. I have a car. I have other bills to assist now, and I'm about to be out of a job. So I had to think fast. Like, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna do this? How am I gonna keep up with the money that I have already saved up with no job? I'm gonna have to use my savings. Like, I didn't want to do that. So I went to my notes again. Like, I will be moving up at my job by April. I was giving myself a month leadway to find a stable position within my within the company that I was working at. When was it? April 7th. I applied to the job April 4th. April 7th, I got called for an interview. Mind you, this is a hospital job. They take long to call you back. They take forever to call you back. That's why I was a little bit worried, and I was giving myself a month. April 7th, they called me saying that they seen my application and they want me to come in for an interview if I was up to it. Because we have the coronavirus going around, a lot of jobs are not doing in-person interviews, but they were so persistent that they needed someone that they wanted me to come in right away and get an interview. They called me on, I would say, like, it was like a Tuesday, and I had the interview on a Thursday. I went into the interview. On my way to the interview, I already knew the job was mine. I can't even tell you that I don't even remember applying to the job. I don't even know what the job was. Like, I was just going to the interview because I needed a job. I went to the interview with the impression that this job was already mine. I was going to start the job today. That was my energy. That was my focus. Like, this is mine already. I already know. My energy was great. Mind you, on this day, it was pouring down raining. I hate the rain. I hate going outside when it's raining. I hate wet ground. Like, that's my biggest pet peeve. And stuff like that already throws my energy off. But for some reason that day, I was positive. Like, I went there. I was driving in the car. I even put on some gospel music that my mom usually play, and I felt every word. Like, I just knew that what I was going into today was about to change my life. When I got into the interview, it wasn't even an interview. Like, these ladies basically, like, we love your aura. Like, we love your energy. You're perfect for this job. And we have another interview coming, and another interviewee coming in tomorrow, and we'll have a decision by next week. But we love you. Like, their energy was great. My energy was great. I was like the interviewer. I was asking them questions. I went in there so confident that you can tell. They felt my confidence, and they knew that I was the perfect candidate. I even told them that I could have started tomorrow if they needed me to, because I knew I was I wouldn't say desperate, but I was in need of a job, and I knew this is something that I wanted to do. So after I left the interview, I wrote in my notes, I will be getting a call by 4:13 saying that I'm approved. Not approved. That I'm offered a position at this job for this position. 4:13 at 8 in the morning, the job called me and offered me the position with a raise. Because they loved me so much, I didn't even have no experience in the job. The person that called me was like from the talent acquisition place, and they're like, they want you to start tomorrow. If you can start tomorrow, they want you to start tomorrow. They loved you. They want to get you training. They want to get you started. Your energy was great, and these ladies spoke highly of you. So if you can start tomorrow, that'd be great. I'm like, no, can you give me another extra day to mentally prepare myself? She's like, that's fine. I started the job on Wednesday. Ever since then, everyone has enjoyed me at the job, has welcomed me. I even gained a few friendships within the last 4 weeks. I'm the youngest at the job, so it does cause a lot of conflict because people think I'm the baby. They think they know everything because I'm young or whatever. But it did cause a little conflict because the women there are older. So they're a little bit, I wouldn't say jealous, but come on, a 22-year-old starting a position that a 40-year-old is in and has been in for years. Kind of threw off their like aura or whatever. But I still went in there every day confident. I learned very quickly. They took me off training early. I started by myself, working by myself, and everyone was so nervous at the job because it's a hospital. All the employees always looked out for me like, you're okay. If you need help, I don't like how they just threw you out there. I'm like, I'm fine. I'm a fast learner. It's something that I want to do, so I'm going to get it done. But yeah, back to manifestation. You have to believe in yourself. Believe in your goals, believe in your mind, believe in your energy, and these things will happen for you. You have to write them down. It doesn't have to be in your notes. You can get a notebook, something that you carry around every day to remind yourself why you're keeping this energy, why you're doing what you're doing to work towards these goals. So I want everyone to go on your notes just to start. Go on your notes, write down a few goals that you want for yourself. It could be anything, something that you know you can do, like something that you can train your mind to believe that you can do. If you want to reach $1 million by the end of the year, you can do it. Just believe in yourself, believe in your plan, believe in your motives, and it will happen. And a lot of people always say, don't tell nobody your goals, don't tell nobody your dreams until it happen for you, because people could block your blessings. Which is true. Negative energy is real, but when your energy is real, when your energy is genuine, when you are a genuine person, it overpowers everything. It overpowers anything. Nobody can take what's for you. So if I want to go out and tell the world that I'm going to be starting my business and this is what I'm going to be doing and I don't even have a plan yet, that's okay because I know what I can do and I know what I'm going to do. Nobody can block my blessings but me. And that's the mindset that you have to keep. Don't listen to nobody else. What's for you will always be for you. And just start off with a few small goals, then go long term, and see how you accomplish these things. I want you guys to come back and comment if you accomplish these things, if you believe in it. Give me updates, give me reviews on more that you want me to talk about. And yeah, thanks for watching.